It is now easier than ever to connect directly to your Raspberry Pi no matter where you are in the world or where your Pi is, assuming it has network connection. This is due to the Raspberry Pi Connect, a native application that just got out of beta a few days ago. And if you're thinking,
whoa, Brett, how have I never heard of this?
Well, I didn't until I saw them tweet about it the other day, so don't feel bad. So this is going to be a pretty quick video. I just want to go over what Raspberry Pi Connect is, how to set it up, and some common use cases. First off, like I mentioned, Raspberry Pi Connect will allow you to connect to your Raspberry Pi remotely via any web browser. It can do this via a remote desktop session or a remote shell session, so pick your poison. By default, Connect will try to establish a direct communication between you and your Pi, but if for whatever reason it can't do that, then it'll use a relay server to form a tunnel. Pretty neat stuff here, and yeah, this isn't a third-party tool or anything. This comes loaded by default in the latest version of Raspberry Pi OS. So to get started, you'll obviously need a Raspberry Pi running Raspberry Pi OS. If you want to use screen sharing, make sure you're running Wayland, which is the default for most recent Raspberry Pi OS deployments. I'm not going to cover how to install Raspberry Pi OS in this video. Your mother and I believe in you. You can do it. I will use this as an opportunity to give a shout out to the Raspberry Pi Imager app. That thing slaps. Just pick your device, then what OS you want, and it'll handle creating the boot media for you. The best part is the feature they added a while ago that lets you set all your configs in the UI prior to creating the media, so all your necessary stuff is already baked in, like hostname, username, password, networking, SSH access, all that. It's awesome. Anyway, at this point, you have your Pi set up and you're logged in. I'll note here that the Raspberry Pi Connect comes in two flavors, regular and light, where light only runs the remote shell, no screen sharing. The documentation for how to install it is actually really good, so you could just go there, but hey, you're already here, so let's just do it. All you have to do is make sure you're up to date and run apt upgrade. Then to install Connect, you'll run apt install Pi Connect. And on my system, this was already installed, so that may be the case for you as well. To turn it on, you'll just run RPI Connect on, and there you go. The last step is to sign into your account with RPI Connect Sign In, which will give you a link to visit to link that Pi to your Raspberry Pi account. Yeah, you need an account to use this feature. Personally, this doesn't bother me since I understand why with the remote nature of it and the relay server feature, but I know people who refuse to make accounts for stuff like this, so I don't know what to tell you there. Maybe someone will build a self-hosted version at some point. Looking at you, Techno Tim. Anyway, when you sign in, you'll then give a name to your device and you're all done. You should see your Pi listed in your devices page in your web browser with the ability to connect directly to it. The latency will obviously depend on the network connection, but for basic screen sharing, it's very usable. You have a few features like the ability to copy to device or from, go full screen, and use some keyboard hotkeys, so nothing really crazy here. I would like to see the ability to transfer files at some point. For the remote shell screen, it's the shell screen. I don't know what else there is to say there. And some of you have probably watched up to this point and are thinking,
Brett, I just use a VPN for remote access to my devices.
Great. If that works for you, that's awesome. This is still a fantastic solution for a brain-dead simple way to get remote access. For example, if you use Pis to run a certain application from multiple sites and want an easy way to quickly spin up a new device to deploy remotely, this is dope. Another thing is if you do have a bunch of Pis at various locations, you can have them all available to access in a single screen. It can even be broken down by organization too. The obvious use case is the ability to access 1 or 100 Pis from any machine with a web browser. So yeah, you may have like Tailscale set up on your personal machine that makes it easy to get to everything, but what if for some reason you're on a device that doesn't have your VPN config or anything set up? The solution doesn't care. It isn't perfect though, and they know that. There are some known issues at the time of making this video, like quirks with multiple screens, no on-screen keyboard support, and the inability to upgrade Connect via the remote shell, but maybe all of that is resolved by now. I haven't gone that far into the future. I also like how they tell you exactly how Connect connects to your Pi with all the network information, even the stun and turn ports. Another thing to note is that if you're having issues, you can run RPI Connect Doctor, which runs some basic troubleshooting steps that could help you resolve your issue. But yeah, I guess that's it. I know this was a different kind of video for me, but I just thought this was a cool feature that a lot of you would probably be happy to see, so there you go. What do you think? Is this something you're going to use, or am I just too hyped on this? Let me know down in the comments. If you like this video, then drop a like and subscribe if you want to see my beautiful face talk about more nerdy stuff. I'm going to give a huge shout out to my YouTube members and my Patreons. You guys are my remote access application that I can connect to all the time and see your screen. And to be honest, y'all need some help, but y'all are chill though. And if you're still watching, you're a reverse proxy. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.